A lot of times, like, come in, huge Haraigoshi, like, and it doesn't work, right? As soon as he squares back up, pull, and then throw, right? Or drive, take the trailing leg, right? We always talk about the trailing leg being light whenever we move somebody here. As I bring them across, find the trailing leg.
Oh, wow.
Right? It just, that second of, oh yeah, and then trip them up, right? Even with the 2-on-1 grip here, when we pull, if we think of pulling them by us, we can cut the angle and we can attack that trailing leg. So as we pull here, we push them in the back corner. Yeah. So it's like we move them in a circle, we're here, moving them around. As soon as we move, find the timing, bang.
Oh, yeah.
Right? And it's just there. Right into it. So I think most of us have done the grip break stuff before. So we'll just go into kind of combining everything. So Tim, if I can borrow you real quick. We'll start, we'll have our partners start by trying to get a grip on our collar. When they grip, right, make sure that we're pressing that. You want to drive it to the hip or get it across the center line. So if you can aim for the belt knot, drive it across. What we're going to do is today, once we get this grip, he's going to reach, we're going to parry, come down and get the pistol grip. We're just going to take our big step. So we're going to connect the hand, step, pull, and then from here, go dealer's choice. So execute a technique. You don't have to throw, but make the shape of the throw. So from here, for me, Kochugari is probably the main one. So I'll just take my back foot to my front foot, attack and push out, and then reset. All right, so I want you guys to get used to a little more movement, and then as you get warm, just add a little bit more intensity to it. So we're here, you reach, pull, step, come in, back. All right, and reset. All right, so go like 5 each on that. Okay, ready, 1, 2, 3. Couple of things I'm noticing. One, distance management, right? So when we execute these techniques, we have to be close to our partner. So Tim, if I can borrow you. And what I mean is when we're executing the throw, right, we're fitting into the technique, we can be here and make the shape of the throw, right? Like my foot's blocking the back of his foot, I've got control of his collar sleeve, but look at the space between our hips, so I can't control his weight. And if anything, I'm leaning back instead of driving into the throw. So we have to remember where the throw is supposed to end up, and then we need to maximize the energy going in that direction. So for Kochugari, it's actually in this back corner, right? It's over his over his near shoulder. So as I come in, I want to put my back foot to my front foot. My front foot goes behind him, but look at me, I'm closing the distance. Right now I'm like almost chest to chest, my hips are driving towards that one hip, and this gives me the distance so that I can wrap my foot around to block his foot. Now all of my energy is driving into that back corner, so I just block the foot and I push him over, right? If I'm at arm's length when I do that, there's nothing left to push with. And that's why our partner usually escapes from this, and they come in here, they step back. And which is fine, right? Because then we back step and we throw Uchimata, but if we can make the first throw work, we just have to close the distance. Same with Ouchigari. So if we want to do the major inner reaping throw on the other leg, when we come in, again, we need to be close enough to our partner so that we can affect their whole body and pull them in that corner, right? So when we execute any of our throws, the right distance, the right leverage, and the right connection is important, especially off the top of the triangle. So when we pull through, we pull around here, we have them off balance, like we have that opportunity to attack when they're not ready. And so I can come in, I need to be close and drive into them, okay? So work on that real quick, just like 3 reps each, just pull and then just go Kochi and just try to drive your hip into your partner. All right, ready, 1, 2, 3. Now, let me throw a wrinkle. So when we pull into the top of the triangle, right, we always talk about going far collar. Try a near side collar. So now as we come here, right, we make contact with the close collar, we pull around, now come this way. And see how much easier that'll be with making that throw work, right? Don't try to do Ouchi here. If we're trying to go the other leg, we have no control on that side of the body, right? But if we're aiming for this, if we know that's what we want, 2-on-1 here, drag everything down.
I like that.
Yeah. Yeah, go 2 on, same side. Good. Yeah. and pull. Really, now really just anchor down on them. And think of,
I feel like if they step out too, go for a collar.
yeah, I was gonna say, so think of the finishing mechanics here. So now that we're into this position where we have 2-on-1, we come in here. As we drive down, think of where we're gonna end up. Right? Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Right. That's what I'm saying. So pull down with the mindset of what's next. As we want to finish this throw, we're going to pull into that knee slice. We're going to pull into that whatever takedown. Yeah. Nice.
I like that.
Yeah. On one side. Yeah, so remember, nothing's free. So we're here, which means that we're not controlling this side of the body. So if we stay here and we're off-centered here, it's not terribly difficult for him to just take a big step and come around the back, right? So if we're not paying attention, they can cut the angle on us. But we do have a good shoulder frame, so as he comes around, I can start to frame away, but now it becomes this positional battle. So if we use it when we pull into the triangle, we're here, we have good speed control, pull, right? Now it's like, there's no way he's gonna be able to react now, but now we gotta go. And yes, right off here, you're absolutely right. Just come in, sit, boom, collar drag, right? Yeah, face plant, because you're going down. But otherwise, just come in, bang, drive in, knee slice, you're right on top. Nice. And when you finish, stay heavy on the collar. Like, don't think of putting your hand on the mat, think of putting your hand on the shoulder. So like when I finish this throw from here, I drive him over, I want to land like on his shoulder pressure. So now when I sink in, right, forearm, now, oh, what's this? Yeah. Yeah. I would say if you're gonna do Uchimata off of the double collar on this side, because I talk a lot about breaking posture with that elbow, but it's hard with this cross grip.
Okay,
so
a different grip.
yeah, so instead what I would aim for is to try to really sweep that out, knowing that I need to step across.
Oh, okay.
Because with this grip, this leg is the one I have the most control over.
Got it. Would it be, do you attack this one first and then go for that one?
Yeah, because I want to lift your leg up. So I'm here, I want to get the leg moving now. Right? And that's the pros and cons of having the same side grip, is that I'm really in control of this side of the body. So anything that I try to do to this side is going to be difficult, right? So like if I wanted to try to do sasai, right, that step through block, trying to do it on this side of the body is going to be incredibly difficult because I'm pulling the wrong side, right? But if I do sasai this way, right, it's super easy because I have way more control of that side. So you have to remember that when you isolate one side, this is the side you're going to attack. Like everything should be on that side. Unless you want to set it up, right? So if you're here, bang, I'll use this as like a setup. So I'll be here, step on the outside, push, now, right? Cut inside and just lift and then cut back across to that far leg. Like, yeah. That's the hard part about same-sided collar. Lift, step, bang, nice. That's it. Don't forget to go on the inside too. So you had him, you were pretty far over, right? And sometimes this stab step is hard to make.
I can
Just
put it
go this way.
behind there.
Yeah, right? And then we just drive back across. Right? Yep. It'd be too hard to go all the way across. Just go underneath. Yeah, just drop underneath him. Bring your arms up. Yep, there you go. That's the ticket. Yeah, when you're at full extension, right? So you got a big reaction and you're full extension. This back step is going to be so hard to get anything. Look how far away my hips are, right? That's not going to work. I need to get my hips connected to him to make the turn throw work. If I'm here, yes, hips are up, right? Everything's good. From way far away, my really only option here is to either re-engage the leg, step out, push, and close the distance, or come underneath, right? And just, we're here, got that good push when he comes back, and we come right underneath.
Is there one thing in your head that is the most important thing if I'm going to drop something? Because obviously it is a scary position.
Under.
Just under. So
Under.
So even if I'm here, my only thought would be just get underneath them.
And pull.
And pull, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the secret.
Just try to get as far under as I can.
Yep, the secret is to get as deep in between their legs as possible,
Okay.
right? So I don't want to land out here because you see how my back's going the wrong way. So I want to be tucked in, and then I want to send my hands over, right? So, and it can't be two things at once. It can't be two things in sequence. It has to be at the same time. I can't be here and then try to pull. As I land, my hands extend. Right, those things have to happen simultaneously. Because if I land and then try to pull, he's just gonna resist and I'm screwed. Yep. Yep. A lot of times, like, come in, huge Harigoshi, like, and it doesn't work, right? As soon as he squares back up, pull, and then throw, right? Or drive, take the trailing leg, right? We always talk about the trailing leg being light whenever we move somebody here. As I bring them across, find the trailing leg.
Oh, wow.
Right? It just, that second of, oh yeah, and then trip them up, right? Even with the 2-on-1 grip here, when we pull, if we think of pulling them by us, we can cut the angle and we can attack that trailing leg. So as we pull here, we push them in the back corner. Yeah. So it's like we move them in a circle, we're here, moving them around. As soon as we move, find the timing, bang. Right? And it's just there. For you guys too, because we kind of talked about it, don't forget about the ashiwaza. Don't forget about the foot sweeps in between the major techniques. So a lot of times I use ashiwazas or I use those inner trips to set up my larger throws. So as we're looking at combos, as we're looking at feeding off our partner's reaction, sometimes it's a low risk, high reward reaction throw that gets them to move. So sometimes, and it's standard collar or double collar, right? This one really doesn't matter. A lot of times as I'll pull through into the top here, this initial attack is just to rearrange them. So now I'm like, okay, I've got good torque on the body here. The hip's close enough. Let me swing in. Let me go for it, right? But I can't just go for that right off the rip because a lot of times they're braced, their balance isn't manipulated, or a whole bunch of reasons. But using small techniques, I can create the angles that I need to make the throw work. And so even something like Ouchigari, which is hard to hit in competition, like it's really difficult to hit full speed, I can use it to rearrange the hips. So here, and I just step in. Now as I punch the hip away, I've rearranged all the directions, the energy, the force, and all the off balancing. So now I'm at the end here. If I want to step and push and throw, fine. If I want to come through and maybe catch that last trailing leg so it's light, I can do that. And then if I catch the trailing leg, great. If I don't, bang, we go backwards to Osoto. So when we're looking at chaining throws together, we need to be mindful of the direction of the throw that we're going for. So as I attack this hip, push it away, Right now, where's his off balance? Well, it's this way and it's that way. Okay, so what throws do I know that go this way and that way? Oh, I can go kochi, I can go back toward the front. Oh, well now his energy is this way and that way. Now we swing in for uchimata, right? So start, and when we're experimenting with this stuff and trying to feed off reactions, go as fast as you can process. So if you don't know what you're looking at, slow it way down and make those decisions almost like you're playing chess, right? So we'll play like, play two goes. So here, my first go is here, and I step in. So his move is that move. So now my next move is ippon seoi. Does that make sense? Yeah, it seems to work. Okay, and now you go. Right, so you pick a move, and then I'll give you a reaction, and then you have one more move to make something happen. Right, so you can play it like that, and it doesn't have to be fast, and it doesn't have to be aggressive. It's more of that mental math to figure out, like, does this sequence make sense? And then you get comfortable with that, and then you start to develop it and go faster and faster and faster. Okay? So, yeah, back to it, and this time add foot sweeps to it. Right, so try to manipulate the feet, pushing people around with those, and then figuring out, once you've rearranged their orientation, figuring out where their off balance is. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. The journey of discovery today.